the hard-hitting heavyweight in Cape Town called YoungstaCPT has joined forces with Shaney J, which produced who produced this whole thing. I'm assuming to have this mixtape slash album. I don't know what's happening, but it has 16 tracks. It's 54 minutes long, and let's get into it. First track is called Sleeping, featuring Jana Bath, and it sounds like something Soweto would do. I would say it's an intro because it's like 44 seconds. The next track is the hard hitting Dreams Don't Pay the Bills, and the singing on this thing is excellent. I feel like we've been robbed throughout the years because YoungstaCPT should be singing more, honestly. As much as he's a battle ready rapper, there's too many bars to mention on this thing. But however, the one that stood out for me was when he said, "Cupid shot me with a broken arrow because I love working in the shadows." And then he was like, crossing the lines like foreigners, something along those lines, because it's, yeah, wordplay, smart, pretty smart. The other track is called Sweating in My Sleep, and is representing Cape Town again. It's talking about never showing your cards, like the broken arrow thing that I just spoke about, and the 808s on this thing are screaming. The other track is called Dacha. Dacha is slang for Mary Jane or Kush, or you guys know. It's Eminem inspired to a point. At least that's how I felt. It's a weed song. It reminisces of a time when he used to deal in these kind of things, and yeah, hard hitting bass, more singing by Youngster. The other track is called what? Varheit. I should have done research into what that means, but this track has serious production in there. Talks about a time where he almost joined the gang but got turned back, so he turned to music, and he's now the big deal that we know and love. Track 6 is called Hometown Advantage, featuring the Big Hash. So it's Cape Tonian colliding with a Cape Tonian, and they both go off. Youngster just goes off like he's been going off for the past 5 tracks. Even word plays with the artist that he's featuring. And then yeah, he just speeds up the flow, brings it down, speeds it up again, and again, the Big Hash is no scrub. He reminds me of Denzel Curry in Unlocked, because that's how hard he went in, talking about how his hood didn't raise no bitch. Track 7 is Brick and Mortar. I thought it was a play on Rick and Morty, but knowing YoungstaCPT, it's probably something north of what I'm thinking. Dark, twisted fantasy type of vibes, keys, bass, more keys, then 808s, and then you mash up everything, and then you give us this track that you're giving us right now. Here we are just seeing levels of versatility by YoungstaCPT. The other track on this thing is called Coins with a Z, with a Z. It's the money song, man. God flow. At this point, again, it feels like it's showing off. It kind of feels like you're listening to something Eminem would do, because it's ridiculously good at this point. Yeah, showing off the funny hook that I liked. Number 9, track 9 is called Flambe, featuring Nashif, who has a silky voice that is like, it demands your attention. It goes like, it switches, like it's like a 360 switch. From track 1 to 8 was like hip hop, and then now you get a different element. It sounds like something, what do you call it, something Kid X would do, and you listen further and you realize that they have sampled I Won't Let You Go. I can't remember who the artist is, but it's one of those tracks back in the day where the dance floor was just flooded when they were playing that song. And the other track 10 is called Boyki. It's still trying to figure out what Boyki means. Track 11 is called Good Hope. Johanna has the craziest hook chorus here, featuring Queenpin CPT. And the first thing that came to mind when I saw this artist, I was like, yo, you should do a mob, YoungstaCPT. YoungstaCPT, you should do a mob. ASAP Mob type of vibe, but yeah, it should be a CPT thing because this is one of 3 CPTs to appear on this thing, if I'm not mistaken. I like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air play. The chorus wasn't too bad. And again, if you're gonna put CPT into your name, you better bring the heat because we're in the kitchen cooking. So you better not miss. That's all I'm saying. Track 12 is called Don't Stan. There's DJ Ready and there's Emil YX. I got YG and Nipsey Hussle vibes from this. I think DJ Ready sounds like Dracula. Never met Dracula, but he sounds like Dracula. I'm not sure who's who, but I'm assuming Emil YX. He sounded like Elton John to me for some reason, and it was one of those interesting moment tracks to listen to. And then the Matador talks about flirting with danger. I'm assuming the whole concept of a matador is having a red cloth in front of a 1-ton bull, and you make one mistake, you're gonna get propelled into the air, and it's probably not gonna end good for you. So the Matador, long story short, talks about flirting with danger. And again, I could be wrong, but this is why I'm doing this, so that I could give you my point of view from this, and you also gonna have your own point of view. But thank you for watching and listening to my point of view. There's another track called Side Note featuring Cash CPT and Tempe Powers. Yeah, maybe there's a mob at this point, like I said, because this is the other CPT person. Lots of keys, lots of drums, lots of bass, storytelling beautifully laid out. The chorus is super difficult to ignore because it is executed powerfully. And then there's this other bar or punchline, whatever you guys call it. It's a man's world. It just needs a woman's touch. I like that pretty much. And then streets question mark Z. Yeah, someone would have to explain the title for me. I like the snare that's leading in there. I like I'm assuming it's a lead guitar. And then there's this quick punchy flow that is faster than a Mike Tyson fight that I really enjoyed. And then track 16, When I Pass Away, immediately I thought of Tupac because life goes on. Remember, it was a nice way to wrap up. This is an artist facing his mortality. One can argue that this is an artist in his prime, and I understand why you would think like that, because Pac died in his prime. Biggie died while he was about to reach his prime, or was about to hit a different prime. I don't know, but it was interesting. So this thing, it was kind of too long for me, and it kind of got boring when it switched from hip hop to, I don't know, disco something, but then it also came back again. So maybe the consistency is what I wanted to see, but I'm not gonna bash this thing because 14 out of 16 of these tracks are monster jams. So YoungstaCPT, Dreams Don't Pay Bills. If you have time, go listen to it. It's definitely worth your time. Peace.